Making international headlines today, Yemen's Iran-backed Houthis claimed missile and drone attacks onto Saudi oil tankers in Celia and Layla in the Red Sea. The group says the vessels violated their new naval blockade on Saudi shipping. Saudi officials confirmed the Celia was hit and caught fire, with no casualties reported. The Houthis warned of deeper strikes inside Saudi territory if Riyadh escalates.
بيان صادر عن القوات المسلحة اليمنية في إطار كسر الحصار الظالم والغاشم الذي يفرضه العدو السعودي على شعبنا العزيز منذ 12 عاما، وتثبيتا لمعادلة الحصار بالحصار، وتأكيدا على حق شعبنا العظيم في مواجهة الظلم والطغيان السعودي الأمريكي واسترداد ثرواته وحقوقه المشروعة. نفذت القوات المسلحة اليمنية عملية عسكرية نوعية استهدفت سفينتين نفطيتين سعوديتين خالفت قرار الحظر الصادر عن القوات المسلحة في البحر الأحمر، إحداهما تحمل اسم إنسيليا والأخرى ليلى، وذلك بعدد من الصواريخ البالستية والمجنحة والطائرات المسيرة. فقد أجبرت القوات المسلحة اليمنية ما يقارب 10 سفن على التراجع والعودة. إن القوات المسلحة اليمنية ستواصل عملياتها البحرية ضد العدو السعودي، وإنها مستمرة في فرض معادلة الحصار بالحصار، وتؤكد للعدو السعودي أن أي حماقة أو عدوان يستهدف به بلدنا فسيقابل بعمليات كبيرة في عمق أراضيه، وستكون عواقبها عليه وخيمة بإذن الله وقوته.
The U.S. House of Representatives passed the fiscal 2027 National Defense Authorization Act, approving approximately $1.15 trillion to fund America's military and key national security priorities. The bill advanced on a 216 to 212 vote, with 6 Democrats joining most Republicans in support, while 7 Republicans voted against. The legislation provides overdue pay raises for service members, strengthens U.S. defenses, and advances critical military capabilities. It now moves to the Senate for further consideration.
This was obviously a consequential week for House Republicans, but it was a very consequential week for the American people. And we've delivered once again. Americans demand a few things that are common sense. They demand secure elections. They want a strong national defense capable of countering our adversaries. They want a Congress that plays by the same rules that they do. These are not big things to ask. House Republicans delivered on all those promises and those priorities this week, and then some.
The U.S. Department of Energy announced that the United States and Saudi Arabia have signed a peaceful civilian nuclear cooperation agreement, along with a bilateral safeguards agreement. President Trump approved the deal, which establishes a decades-long framework for American companies to provide nuclear technology, reactors, and fuel to the kingdom. Officials described the partnership as historic, expected to be worth billions of dollars, while advancing U.S. economic and non-proliferation objectives. Congress now has 90 days to review the agreement.
Sir, it's been a day since we asked you about the Saudi nuclear agreement. Have you had it?
Well, let me refer. No, but let me refer you. I know that was in the press the last few days, but let me refer you back. I think it was in November of last year when the Energy Department entered into this agreement. So the details are there. Obviously, even when the official announcement is made, it will have to go through a congressional notification process, and then we can talk more in depth about it. But suffice it to say that the U.S. is always looking for cooperation agreements with allies. I mean, Saudi Arabia is a strategic partner of the United States, and I think, without speaking in specificity about that deal, but in general, we're not the only country in the world that offers nuclear technology. And when countries decide they want to pursue a peaceful civil nuclear program, we'd prefer them do it with us than do it with some other country. It allows us to have influence over the direction that it goes. It allows us to make sure that there are safeguards in place, things of this nature. And in the case of Saudi Arabia, they've been an important strategic partner for us, so it would make sense for us to enter into such an agreement. But obviously the details of it, once it's released, you'll see it, you'll be able to understand it, and more importantly, it'll go through its congressional review process, which is a key part of this, you know, and so there'll be a lot more questions answered at that time.
For the latest international developments, stay connected to the Love World Networks.